going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Mathews and
Symone. Jalen Mills is somebody that I get behind.
I'm not even gonna cap on DeAndre Hopkins. He has the best hands in the league.
Played through it, hobbling on back to the field.
Right. I'm saying when you one of the best teams out there, you know, the other team's division ain't got no choice but to try and get like you. You dig?
So let's get right into the video.
Let's go. Alright, today guys, we're getting into a little NFL action because football is back, money, and we're gonna break it all down. Today we're talking about two quarterbacks that I feel like a lot of people slept on.
Rolled off.
Lied about.
Disrespected.
Swept
under the rug.
Swept all the way.
Turned a blind eye to.
And just mopped the floor with them.
But now they woke up.
They going up, and you gotta put some respect on their name, and that is Jameis Winston.
Well, before we get into that, make sure you guys like this video, make sure you leave a comment, make sure you subscribe, keep rocking with us. You can find Dylan Mathews at Dylan Mathews, that's one T.
Only one T.
And you can find me, Symone with the Sports, SymoneWithTheSports with the Sports here on Dylan's channel. This is Tough Calls, baby!
And also, before we get, it's D-Y-L-A-N, I'm sorry, just lately.
Who doesn't spell it D-Y?
A lot of you be surprised.
Oh yeah, there is D-I-L-L-O-N. D-Y, so on the wire.
And I'm sorry to go on a little tangent, but it's crazy how like people haven't seen Dylan. And a lot of people say Dylan or something.
Who says that?
I don't know.
I ain't never ever heard nobody call you Dylan.
I'm saying, but people mispronounce Dylan.
Oh yeah, since we're talking about mispronunciations, it's Symone, not Symone. It's Symone, like sit down, syllable. Anytime you see S-Y, symphony. It's not symphony, it's symphony. S-Y-M, symphony. Symone. Not Symone, not what's up, Mo. Symone. But let's get into this. So guys, we know the Eagles-Niners video is dropping tomorrow. Dylan's Falcons videos gonna be dropping, but this is Tough Calls where me and Dylan collab and come together. So let's talk about these two quarterbacks. Dylan, you have Mathews. You were the only one who really was talking about Mathews Stafford.
Period.
Gonna be good this season. Why was that?
Because y'all sleep on Matthew Stafford. He was good with the Lions. Y'all remember when he had one weapon in Calvin Johnson, what he was
That's all he ever had.
That's all he ever had. I mean, he barely had Golden Tate, barely had Kenny Galladay, but when he had those guys, he was pretty solid too. All his weapons, he never had all his life. He had to fight because he had no weapons. But now he has Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. He's got Tyler Higbee. He's got an array of weapons. And he's got a good franchise he's actually working for now in the Los Angeles Rams, and a competent coach and a competent play caller in Sean McVay. And oh yeah, he's got two of the best defensive players on his defense in Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. This man, Matthew Stafford, is a very, 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 very good. He might even show y'all he's an elite quarterback this year when he finally has some weapons to prove. And I got him on my fantasy team, and I was very happy with the 321 yards and 3 touchdowns he provided me this weekend to help me get a win. But, I mean, it's just Matthew Stafford has always been a good quarterback. He's just never been on a good team. And now, we're finally going to start to see it. So y'all better stop sleeping on him because that offense is going to be explosive this year, Symone.
Definitely. And the thing about Matthew Stafford, I've always been a fan of Matthew Stafford. Megatron, it was hard not to like them boys. Right. And like you were saying, Matthew only ever really had one weapon at a time, whether it was Megatron, Golden Tate, and he never had a complete team. Now, why was I always a fan of Matthew Stafford? He was low-key, he balled. They usually played the Dallas Cowboys sometimes when I needed them to beat the Cowboys. And they had some upsets here and there over the Dallas Cowboys, but the Lions and Matthew Stafford was a team you couldn't root against unless they were playing your team, obviously.
Right.
Now, Matthew Stafford, another thing, the difference, like you were saying, he's got defensive weapons, he's got offensive weapons, the coach, and he's playing on a team that has a will to win. I feel like the Lions were always underdogs, and they always played scrappy, but they never really took themselves serious. They always saw themselves underdogs. Now he's playing on a team with a full purpose that's ready to get back to the Super Bowl. Let's talk about some stats for my guy Mathews. So this is Rams' debut. 33% of his passing plays went for 15 or more yards.
Going in deep, baby. He was going deep with that thing. He was chucking that thing, boy. He was accurate with it too, boy.
He was 7 on 7 on play action plays.
Play action when you You give him a good run game too. That's one thing he never really had either. Was a good running back. I mean, name the good running backs that's come out of the that's been on the lines with Mathews Stafford there. I'll wait. That would be a new bag.
That'd be new. He also had 153 play action yards. Play action match. Play match.
Okay, play match. I like it. That's what you did there.
So I think this debut, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, they were hot last year. I think this debut with Matt was just saying these guys are for real and they're really ready to get back. Now the Rams were a team when they left the Super Bowl. Nobody was really talking about the Rams afterwards. Todd Gurley left, and everybody just forgot the Rams even went to the Super Bowl that year.
Yep.
Now I think people are starting to remember they got a brand new brand.
Mm-hmm. New unis and all, and I think the one other thing too that we really have to think about. I think a lot of people aren't thinking about this, and that's the fact that Sean McVay probably had to limit his offense just a little bit because of the limitations with Jared Goff. Jared Goff wasn't a gunslinger. Jared Goff was, he was okay on play action, but he has nowhere near the arm that Matthew Stafford has. Matthew Stafford is a straight up gunslinger, can make any NFL throw from any arm angle because he's good with a little, y'all thought Patrick Mahomes was the good, slide slinger. Matthew Stafford was doing that before Patrick Mahomes was even in the NFL. So he was the side slinger before Patrick Mahomes was even out there side slinging it. So now Sean McVay can really open up his offense in a way that he hadn't been able to with Jared Goff because Jared Goff, doesn't have the arm limitations. And honestly, Matthew Stafford probably just better at reading defenses and, he can make all the throws that Jared Goff couldn't.
And another quarterback that we wrote off that woke us up.
For sure. Surprised me.
Remember he did that?
Oh, he did, and he gave the W.
Jameis Winston. Y'all strong? I'm strong. We strong today. Something like that. Jameis Winston. Y'all wrote him off. Jameis Winston led the league in interceptions, 2 years ago? Mm-hmm. When he was with the Bucs?
30 interceptions, and as many Falcons fans know, ended the season with a pick 6 to give the Falcons the dub.
And Jameis Winston was a guy that had the arm, but didn't always have the precision. And a lot of you guys was coming for Jameis Winston's even will to even want to play football. I hate when people do that. Oh, he don't want to play football. You don't know what that man want to do.
Exactly.
Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston even had to go through is Taysom Hill going to be started. That's disrespectful to James.
After seeing Taysom Hill trying to be a quarterback, that is disrespectful because Taysom Hill is not a NFL caliber.
That'd be a new.
That would be a new. He barely can throw the ball.
And the biggest thing about Jameis Winston the other night with the Saints, listen to the broadcast. I didn't hear a lick about Drew Brees.
Not a word.
That's huge.
That's big.
That's
big
huge.
They ain't missing him.
Let's get into stats. 14 of 20. For 148 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He had an 81 overall passing grade, 8.9 average depth of target. That man, Jameis Winston, he balled out. 0 interceptions.
Guess that LASIK eye surgery is helping him out.
And on the road.
And on the road.
In Lambeau.
No, it wasn't in Lambeau. They were in Jacksonville because that game was originally supposed to be at home in New Orleans.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I thought it was Green Bay was at home.
Nah, it wasn't at home. It was a neutral site.
So why? Remember, y'all know my video when I booed Falcons fans. It was some Saints fans in the comments talking. We did the same thing to Green Bay, but y'all weren't at Lambeau.
Y'all weren't at Lambeau.
They made it seem like they was at Lambeau. That wasn't the same shit.
They were in Jacksonville. Y'all at a neutral site. It was not the same shit.
So my thing with Jameis Winston is hopefully he can continue this. And 2, like you were saying, 3, he spread that ball around. Wasn't even and this is without Michael Thomas, y'all.
Yup, all without Michael Thomas. He threw, I think it was 2 touchdowns to Deontay. He threw 1 touchdown to Deontay Johnson. Juwan Johnson caught 2 touchdowns, threw a touchdown to Alvin Kamara. Chris Hogan, former Patriot, also caught a touchdown as well. So he was spreading the love.
He spread that ball around. Well, guys, this was a super exciting week 1 of the NFL. It was still exciting. I didn't say it was good for everybody. I said it was exciting. It was not exciting. Was your heart not racing?
It was racing, alright. I'm just playing. No, I was excited.
What about that Ravens game?
matchup in one of my leagues, but in the radio station league, I lost, and I had a great opportunity to win. Darren Waller didn't help me because that was the person my opponent had, and he bought out. He gave her 25 points, and then I had Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson well underperformed, so if Lamar Jackson would have had a good game, I probably would have won that matchup. But you know, it's all good. Can't win them all. So
we're gonna see what kind of season Lamar Jackson has. Love the athleticism, but you gotta hold on to that ball if you're gonna be doing all that running. That's one thing I appreciate about Jalen Hurts in our win. Yeah. Not seeing him having to run. He ran for 65 yards, but wasn't any wild run.
No.
And that's one thing I don't want to see Jalen Hurts do, is because that's when I want to see you win with that arm.
Exactly. You don't want him LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, I don't want him Lamar Jackson to do that.
That's true. Yeah, Lamar from twice yesterday, boys.
Well, guys, this is a great edition of Tough Calls. If you got any topics you want us to discuss, we will definitely discuss it here on Tough Calls. I'm Symone with the Sports.
And I'm your boy Dylan Mathews.
And so we talk to you guys next